Yo, everybody. What is going on? We are back. We had UFC Fight Night 99 and PFL Super Fights, the return of Francis Ngannou in the octagon. So, we got some fights to talk about. Got some underdogs for sure this weekend. Did good with Roybal, throwing that out last week. But just looking at the card, that's a crazy picture to have on your Tapology. Crazy low key, bro. Uh, Kyler Phillips always fucking reminds me of like Almost Famous, the movie. I don't know why, especially with that picture. Minus 455 is crazy though. But I have looked at this card. I mean, Robelas de Spain to open it up. The Olympic Taekwondo heavyweight who got exposed in his last fight. And then we get three women's fights in a row. That's crazy work. You gotta like, if I'm the UFC, this isn't even the first fight. This fight is like somewhere over here. But whatever, I guess they need motherfuckers to tune in. But Robelas de Spain versus Austin Lane. Nice little rhyme right there. Austin Lane, if man, like if he can get this shit to the ground, he got a good chance to win. Currently on a two-fight losing streak, 36 years old, 12 and 5, 11 wins by knockout, one win by submission, five losses by knockout, 0 and 2 in the UFC, 0 and 1 in the LFA. God damn. Yeah, I mean, there's no way I see him winning this fight. I mean, he did get John Tadina's down, but that was more of like a fucking football tackle. I mean, you got to go with the hot prospect. I think this tailor-made matchup for him, really, to be honest. Robelas de Spain, he's fucking pretty old too. I think he's 36 himself. Both guys 36, but 5 and 1, all wins by knockout. Waldo Cortez Acosta, our Dominican homie, long live Sway, man. He got it done last time, and man, that I remember the odds. That shit was like plus 190 for Waldo, and I was like, we're going with Waldo here, even though he don't got grappling. But he used the grappling. So if Waldo, somebody who doesn't traditionally grapple with motherfuckers, can take him down, Austin Lane probably can. But official pick, I'm gonna go Robelas to Spain. I'm gonna go like 50% confidence on this one. Dude's like minus five fucking 100 though. So he should win. This is that one sport where you like you can't even look at the odds. You just gotta know what the fuck you're doing. Rubelas to Spain by knockout in round one. I mean minus 345 money line parlay piece. You feel me? Fight props. Rubelas to Spain to win by KO in round one is minus 135. Let's do a little degen round two. Let's see, Austin can maybe get a takedown. He doesn't have like unforgiving ground and pound. And every fucking fight starts on defeat, right? So let's go Rubelas to Spain to win by TKO in round one, minus 135. And then let's lay a little bet round two as well. But we're all over our boy uh Rubelas to Spain in this fight. I mean, how can you not be? Dude's a beast. Next three fights, I'm just gonna give you who I think wins. Um, because Melissa Martinez, I don't gotta explain this. Um, Whoever is the underdog plus 3.5 in Penne and Reed. Uh, Plus 3.5 Penne minus 225 odds. So that's what I like for that fight. And then Jocelyn Edwards, she looked so bad on the scales today, but this Jocelyn Edwards actually has like some skill, and Vidal is just there to just fucking make it ugly and just be a brawler. I'm going with Jocelyn Edwards, even though she looked really bad on the scale. So man, let's look at this next fight. Jean Matsumoto, probably one of the fights I'm most excited for on this card. Minus 225 odds. And Brad Katona plus 185 right now, currently what it's sitting at. Jean Matsumoto, not yet proven prospect, but definitely a prospect to look out for. Definitely, like I said, one of the fights I'm most excited for. He's only 25 years old. He's fucking my age. 5'6", 68.5 inch reach, 15 fight win streak. Last fought in April 2024. Three wins by TKO, six by submission, six by decisions. Very well rounded. And then let's look at strength of opposition. Dan Argueta, 9-1. Casey Tanner, 6-0. Marlon Basile, 6-0, 7-0. Inalio Santos, 9-1. Carlos Marquez, 9-3. And this is all like coming from LFA, that's established organization. You go from the LFA to the UFC, it's basically like another version of Dana White Contender Series, except it's an actual promotion. I mean, the talent there is better than PFL, probably low key in LFA. So getting all these wins against this type of opposition in the LFA does mean something. And on the Contender Series, he got unanimous decision. I like this guy a lot. Gene Matsumoto, but Brad Katona, he is running into a tough ass opponent, man. This fight is at 145 or 135, I'm sorry. But Brad Katona, decision guy, 10 wins by decision, three losses by decision, all of his losses coming by decision. It's tough to beat this guy. He won the Ultimate Fighter split decision, beat Jesse Butler, who's not really UFC caliber. Guys, I do like the plus 3.5 on Brad Katona, but I think Gene Matsumoto wins. So I got Matsumoto and I got plus 3.5, basically going for a split decision or a 29-28 across the board. I think Matsumoto will face some adversity in this fight, but it's going to be good adversity, as I would call it, because he's going to learn a lot from a veteran like Brad Katona. That some mistake. He might make a mistake in this fight, but I don't see him getting his first loss against Brad Katona. I think they're going to continue to build him up. That is Gene Matsumoto. So Gene Matsumoto, official pick, minus 225. I do not mind plus 3.5 on Brad Katona because he is such a durable guy. Man, moving on, y'all. Fucking, I like Mateus Nicolau, who just got smoked by Alex Perez, versus Asu Almabayev. Asu Almabayev is from Kazakhstan. I mean, Mateus Nicolau was a huge favorite going into that fight with Alex Perez. It was like minus 260. He's 31 years old. He could bounce back. He's coming off two losses in a row, but four of those losses at flyweight are knockouts. His chin might be gone. Three TKO. He's been three TKO three times in the first round. He's 7-3 in the UFC, which is a great record to be honest. But losing to Royval and Perez, I mean, it's great competition. But beating Manel Kape, beating Tim Elliott, beating David Borak, I think Mateus Nicolau, as long as he hasn't lost his confidence and he hasn't completely, like abandoned on himself yet, I think this is a winnable fight for him at plus 180 or plus 185 odds over there. Asu Almabayev is strictly going to try to wrestle. Let's see, 5'6", 66-foot-inch reach for Nicolau. Asu Almabayev, 5'4", 65-inch reach, but he is representing Kazakhstan. I think this is his UFC debut here. Oh no, I'm tweaking. Three fights in the UFC. Uh, he's beaten Jose Johnson, beat Ode Osborne, beat CJ Vergara, 3-0 in the UFC, 9-1 when it comes to submission, 8-1 when it comes to decision, 3-0 when it comes to TKO. This is a big level in competition though for Almabayev. Like these guys are not nearly on Mateus Nicolao's level. Maybe Ode's a little bit, not nearly on his level. Nicolao is really good. Nicolao is sneaky striking. Nicolao is good jiu-jitsu. I think we take plus 3.5 Nicolao. I know everybody's on Almabayev. Um, if you don't like the plus 3.5 on Nicola at minus 165, I would say, damn, Mateus and Asu Alabayev to land over 4.5 takedowns. That's where the line's currently at. Um, or I was gonna say, I wish you could alternate these. I was gonna say if you're on Prize Picks or something, and like you can get the takedowns to be at over 3.5. I like that. Over 4.5 is steep in a 3-round fight. Official pick for this fight. I think Amabayev wins the decision, but we're gonna go with Nicolau plus 3.5. More proven, more UFC fights, 10 fights to three, but we know he struggles with the takedown defense. Next fight, fucking toss a fucking coin up. I don't give a fuck. I mean, not that I don't give a fuck, but um, actually, let me go into Aswamabaya before I jump in the next fight. 16-8, 12-4, 12-5, 3-1, 21-10, 4-0, 10-1, 10-3. He's beating okay opposition. He's beating actually pretty good opposition, man. Amabayev probably takes this one, guys. I don't even want to give out that plus 3.5 on Nicolau. Let's just do a fight to go the distance since Nicolau's pretty tough. And the only way he gets loses knock is he gets knocked out. I think we could see a decision win from Almabayev here. So we're gonna go with Almabayev decision here. Next fight, Darren Elkins versus Daniel Pineda. Battle of the 40-year-olds. I think Darren Elkins wins this fight. I'm just gonna brush it over real quick. Yeah, Darren Elkins should win this fight at featherweight. Jake Hadley's a minus 500 favorite, minus 800 favorite. This guy's stepping in short notice, and this is his picture on Tapology. Jake Hadley's very chinnable though. Like you could definitely beat Jake Hadley. 3-3 in the UFC. This guy making his UFC debut, so he's got everything to fucking work for right here. Maybe a little upset from Smotherman. I mean, Hadley's not the best. He's got good grappling, but his striking isn't great. Um, Sumdaraji versus Charles Johnson. I'm gonna give you guys the rundown quick. I love Charles Johnson in this fight. I have a two-legger with Charles Johnson and Matsumoto. I got 10 units on it. He's 5-4 in the UFC, 6-1 in the LFA, but at one point he was 2-4 in the UFC. He is on a 3-fight win streak after a 3-fight losing streak, beating Jake Hadley, who we just talked about, beating Joshua Van, who's considered one of the best prospects, beating Azat Maxim, who was 15-0 at the time. Sumaraji, I mean, Charles Johnson, 33. He's still at that age where he can make a run. He's getting like a second win in his career. He's looked great as ever. I really love Charles Johnson in this fight against Sumarj. I don't know how to say this motherfucker's name, but he's 28. I thought for some reason he was gonna be like old as fuck. I don't know why. But two losses in a row. I think he's gonna get his third loss in a row to Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson, the Scarlet Gang, tough to beat that man, bro. We're going with Charles Johnson in that fight. So, rundown of the picks so far. We're going with Robelis de Spain knockout round one, and then sprinkle a little on knockout round two. I like Melissa Martinez. I like Panay plus 3.5. I like Jocelyn Edwards here. I like Jean Matsumoto money line. I like fight to go to distance here, or if you're feeling risky, play Nicolau because he does have the better experience. Playing Darren Elkins here, Jake Hadley's too far gone as a favorite. Charles Johnson here. And let's get into it, baby. Kyler Phillips, one of my fucking favorite fighters to watch, just put a clinic on Pedro Munoz. He's like, man, he's 29 years old. He's from California. Looks like he's from fucking California. 3 fight win streak, 5'8", 72-inch reach, 5 wins by knockout, 2 by submission, 5 by decision, 6-1 in the UFC. He lost to Pavia, which is not a good look, but he beat Song Yadong, beat Raoni Barcelos, beat Pedro Munoz. He was in the Ultimate Fighter season in 2018. Didn't get the nod, but he was in the finale. So I mean, Kyler Phillips has gone like he's made leaps and bounds in his game. I think his grappling is if his striking doesn't work against Rob Font, who is purely a boxer, then he can just go to the grappling. Like there's just too many avenues of that he can win this fight. But officially, I am gonna go Kyler Phillips -3.5 on this fight. Um, Kyler Phillips -3.5. If you don't believe me, uh, Kyler Phillips and oh shit, Kyler Phillips, and we'll go. Should I double down on Matsumoto right now? No, we'll go Rebellious to Spain. All right, that's all my money in my account. 25. All right, we played another bet live. Kyler Phillips -3.5 and Robelis to Spain. We gonna play a lot of shit tomorrow. I'll post everything. I already got 50 on Pereira, and I saw that the odds just moved up for him. Um, but yeah, I like Kyler Phillips -3.5 in that fight. Michelle Pereira +120. Man, I really want to talk about this fight. I really want to talk about this fight. Fluffy, I was watching back his fights. That boy is like Marab at 185. Stop playing with him, man. That boy is like Marab at 185. He don't got no striking. He lost via body shots to fucking to Kevin Holland. Oh man, dude. But he's sloppy. He leaves his chin up in the air, but he's relentless with the grappling. Look, 8-1 submission. He submitted a fucking master of combo and fucking Roman Kopylov. Beats the fuck out of Edmund Shabazian. Marc-Andre Barriot is a good win. Josh Fremd is a good win. That's a professional fucking wrestler. Rodolfo Vieira is a good win. I could see why the odds are -145 right now for Anthony Hernandez, and he isn't the underdog. It looks like he lost a little bit of that fluffy in his belly, so he actually had to cut weight for this. But 5 fight winning streak, 6 foot, 75-inch reach, but he's just taking on. He's 6-2 in the UFC, 7-2 if you count LFA. Bro, he's taking on Michelle Pereira, who since has moved into 185, is looking like a killer. Man has 42 professional fights. I mean, currently also on a 5 fight winning streak, or fuck, 8 fight winning streak. He's not beating the best competition, but this was after he made that jump to 185. I'm telling you, he's looked like a different fighter. I think this should be more like a pick 'em. The striking is there. It's so much better than Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. It's so much better than his striking. I think he will be able to stuff the takedowns. The only thing that worries me about Pereira is he doesn't give a fuck. He will do dumbass shit, and that will ultimately lose him in a fight. Like I could see him giving up his back to try to get out of something, and try to do some spinning shit, dumb shit, and then get caught in a rear naked choke. So I do think it is safe to play like I'm playing Michelle Pereira, but Anthony Hernandez to win by submission, you kind of have to like sprinkle a little bit on it because of the low fight IQ of Michelle Pereira. But official pick Michelle Pereira money line. underdog pick again. It seems like every YouTuber is on him, so I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get come through for us this week. Everybody's on Pereira, but like the striking, the hands are so much better. The takedown defense should be there. The grappling in terms of jiu-jitsu is very similar. Yeah, guys. Rundown of the card real quick. Pretty tough card to break down. We're going Michelle Pereira money line. Sprinkle a little something on Hernandez submission if you feel the need to. Kyler Phillips -3.5. I think he smokes Font. Charles Johnson money line -225. Stay away here. Darren Elkins here. Man, I like Mateus Nicolau +3.5, but I also definitely see Almabayev winning a decision. I love Matsumoto money line here, but also like +3.5 for Katona. Pick your poison. Jocelyn Edwards, 13-6. I think she gets done. Penne +3.5, -225 odds. I think that's where we go there. And then Robelis to Spain and Melissa Martinez to round it out. Now let's talk about our boy coming back, making his return. Francis Ngannou, 17-3 in professional MMA versus Renan Ferreira, 13-3. Guys, I think Francis Ngannou gets fucking lit up again. Just how he got knocked out against Anthony Joshua. I hate to say it. I don't understand. I mean, he just hasn't been doing MMA. Renan Ferreira is, we saw Francis struggle with Cyril Gane. We saw him struggle to the point where he had to implement his own takedowns. It's risky. I think it's dog or pass. I do not think anybody should be betting on um on fucking what's his name here, Francis Ngannou. I just don't think it's a smart bet. -245, like no, yeah. I mean, I think Renan Ferreira knocks him out at +200. So Renan Ferreira, Renan Ferreira is my pick against Francis Ngannou. Ngannou's been out of the cage for too long. I don't think his mind is in this as much as Renan Ferreira's is. Renan's like trying to get this fucking money, like he's already getting paid because he's fighting Ngannou, but you know what I mean, like Ngannou he's been away for too long, and Ferreira has been taken down in his fights, but he's survived. I don't think Francis Ngannou is going to come in with some crazy ground and pound. Hey, prove me wrong, Francis. I'd love to see it, but I'm laying some chalk on Renan Ferreira. I like Larissa Pacheco and against Chris Cyborg. I know Cyborg's a beast, but it's same kind of story. Been away too long. I love Johnny Eblin. And then I love AJ McKee. All right, guys. I'm gonna try to freaking do an NFL episode tomorrow, but with all these fights, I might just drop picks in the Telegram. Man, as usual, y'all. Long live Sway, Sway forever. Let's get some money tomorrow. I'm gonna definitely throw out some NFL picks. Man, I gotta get out of work earlier, man. They might be holding my ass hostage in that bitch. I can't do no episodes. I was really planning for Tuesday NFL and then, but shit hit the fan. Like, subscribe, share, all that shit. Let me know how you guys like the screen share version. I think it works better because I do my research at work and I don't have my notes, and then I can just show y'all what I see on Tapology. So, like, subscribe, share. Long live Sway, Sway forever. I love you, dog. Like, subscribe, share, bitches.